on the road again.
Nearly 700,000 Americans were arrested on marijuana charges last year. That's an enormous waste of law enforcement resources and terribly unfair to those arrested and their families. It's time we stopped arresting adults who smoke marijuana responsibly. For more information, visit NORML's website at www.normal.org or call toll-free 888-67-NORMAL.
Okay, we're going.
That's fine. You shouldn't have hit me.
I didn't hit you.
Hey, you did. What do you think I got my hand over my mouth for?
How did I hit you?
You just fucking hauled off and hit me before she hit the button there.
I did not.
Lying
You
piece of
fucking shit. You just try to be an ass. I'm gonna talk to you, you fucking.
What a way to start the show, guys!
It's his fault because of being an asshole.
You can't take a joke.
No, you can't take a joke.
Hell, I even hear from your boyfriend you can't take a poke.
You can't take a joke. Fuck you. Welcome to the Mark and Joe Show. I hate to admit it, but this is Mark. Maybe.
Yeah, this here, I think it might be Joe. It could be an alien in disguise. You got your you got your green card? You got your papers?
I already told you, I'm immortal.
No.
For fucking ever.
I want to know.
I'm a vampire.
Our nation's bitching
Green
about.
card? I don't need no fucking green card.
Our nation's bitching
I
about.
was born in East LA, man.
They're bitching about all the illegal aliens coming over the border. What about the aliens like you that are coming from space?
Oh, that's you.
What planet did you say you were from?
I didn't.
I think it was planet Uranus.
No, that's you. Home of all the assholes. Heard you even got a theme song. Wish I had it on here. I'd play it
too
for
bad. Don't you have it on there?
you. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna play it for you. And you know what's funny?
Fits you pretty well, not me.
No. This fits you perfectly because.
Well, come on, finish your thought. I didn't do anything to derail your train this time. He can't think. He can't multitask. That's the one problem. I can't believe him being an alien. He can't multitask.
And how do you know aliens can multitask?
Well, if they're okay, here's a thought for you. Okay, if they're intelligent,
you are the leading asshole in the state.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
I'm an asshole. I'm proud of it.
See, now there's what they should put on a T-shirt just for you.
I'm an asshole.
That you're an asshole and you're proud of it.
No, like I was
Like,
gonna
you know,
say,
Scott Tissue, and he knows all the assholes.
And aliens should be able to multitask, and they shouldn't even have to use their hands. It should all be,
Telepathic.
telepathic.
Well, you know,
And the reason is because if they are here on this Earth, that means they're way more intelligent than we are, way more advanced than we are. So therefore, should be able to multitask. Unless
shows you
we're the dumping ground for the idiot aliens.
Oh, you're the dumping ground. Oh, so that
And-
means you're the waste.
I could
You're
dump on you,
alien
you know.
waste. Is that what
You better
you're
be
saying?
careful. You're blaming me for that dog's fart a while ago. Maybe I got one building up. and
I
can just
did no
hand it off
such
to you.
thing. You're the reekiest son of a bitch I know.
Whatever. I might be building one up to hand off to you.
You know, you're banned. If you ever come over here after eating beans, you're banned
tell you
from
what,
eating
I'll
beans
tell
in my
you,
house or any kind of beans.
You know,
Doesn't have to be beans, Joe.
I can stand up.
God forbid if he
I can
drinks some
stand up
kind
and I
of.
can drop my ass and it'd be like a ball. And all I gotta do is put it in there and just go
No,
like
you
that.
drop your ass, the fucking wall's gonna
Done.
collapse. Pete's
It'll be
gonna
done.
peel off the fucking wall and
You'll
tears
wanna
are gonna
migrate-
come out of
you'll
that
wanna
poor
migrate
puppy's
right back-
eyes.
You'll want to migrate right back to your home planet.
Told you I'm a vampire. I'm gonna live for fucking ever.
Well, are you a vampire like the ones they showed in that movie Life Force?
I don't know. I didn't see that movie Life
Oh,
Force.
come on. You didn't see that movie?
No.
That's the one where they discover they got this comet that's coming into the solar system, and they discover the alien craft in the tail of the
Now let
comet.
me say I'm alien again. See,
Well,
you know you want to know
according
the
to
truth.
that, it's
Fuck
it's.
I ain't even gonna tell you the truth.
What? Are you like a few good men now? You can't handle the truth.
You can't.
All right, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do about weed, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do about talk about getting fucking sidetracked, right?
Well, I had to do something. You were being just kind of whatever.
Fuck off.
Come on, we gotta have some humor.
I saw this article. What was it? About 2 days ago.
Oh, look! I found a bell. It just kind of appeared. Well,
All right, knock it off. Okay. Now,
All right.
this article came out 2 days ago. All
It's
right,
only 2 days,
2 days. March 8th.
but it says in 2016.
No, it's 2018, dumbass.
But that says in 2016.
Yeah, well, that's talking
Yeah,
about a
there's a-
statistic.
See?
That's
It
a
says right there, in
statistic.
2016.
That's a statistic that says
Okay.
over 64,000 people in the United States died from opioid overdose. That means stuff like codeine, Tylenol with codeine, Vicodin with oxycodone,
Methamphetamines.
hydrocodone, all those pain pills. Okay, and you know what? All those things have one thing in common.
They'll kill you.
Well, that too, but they all have that one side effect. They make you extremely drowsy. Do not operate. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, marijuana does too.
Yeah, but you can't overdose from marijuana.
I didn't say you could overdose from marijuana, but you
But
said that all
anyway,
has the same side effect.
It depends. It
Make you
depends.
drowsy.
It depends on the
And you
strain.
can.
Yeah, but it depends on the strain of pot too.
It makes you hungry,
Oh, that's a good side effect for somebody like me.
and then makes you tired.
Not always.
Which
Sometimes
makes
it'll
drown.
give you energy.
Yeah.
It depends on the strain. All right. Now, it says over 64,000
Strain or
people. The strain.
Strain?
The strain.
I
Not the
thought-
movie.
I
The
thought
strain of pot.
I thought strain meant that's the overexertion. And then
Well, that's for
strand,
old
and
people like
strand
you.
I thought was
Like a piece of rope.
part of like
Hey.
of the plants.
Yes, sir. It's a
Anyway,
strain.
go ahead.
It's a strain, that's why. You've never watched that Netflix show, Disjointed, have you?
No, I haven't watched that yet.
You know they got a YouTube
Lisa
thing.
has.
Well, they got a YouTube thing that says strain of the day. Boy, now there's a nutcase there talk about a bud grower there. Anyway, scary thought is, never mind. I'm not even gonna say the scary thought about that one. But anyway, they've either died from painkillers, heroin, or phenol, a synthetic opioid.
What is it? Phenol.
A synthetic opioid. Okay? To put that number in perspective, okay, that's just 64,000 in 2016. 1 year. Okay? So to put that number in perspective, that's more Americans killed by opioids in 365 days than were killed during the entirety of the Vietnam War. That's what that says.
In
right
1
there.
year,
In 1 year.
more people than died.
And that's
from
Big Pharma putting
opiate-
that out.
1 year, more people died from opiate overdoses than
And that's
were killed in the Vietnam War.
right. And that's Big Pharma
That's pretty
putting that out.
interesting.
And they're killing Americans that way.
Yeah.
And they're making money off of it. Billions.
Well, you know the
Billions,
You know that
literally.
one of the goals of the Illuminati is to reduce the population of this world down to 500,000 people,
Well, that's another
and have only
conspiracy
and,
theory
and
that
only
we can
have
talk about later.
and only have about 500 people completely ruling. the
So
planet.
now they all right. So now these doctors have gotten together, and they want to, in place in Illinois, where was it in Illinois? They want to get together and make it anybody that's got these prescriptions for these opioids, They want them to be able to go to the dispensaries and get medical marijuana.
I know that Illinois just recently
Right,
Um,
right. Well, this is taking place
is
there.
actually is
It's probably taking
in the
place in a lot of
process
places, but this
of
one's
trying to legalize it for medicinal and recreational use.
But see, here they're talking about Vicodin, oxycodone, you know, and they start taking this stuff, and they start doing that, they're going to see those numbers for the opioids go
Yeah,
down
the
because some of
numbers
those
for the
people
opioids.
that are actually legitimately using the opioids, like the Tylenols and the Vicodin and stuff like this, you know, and they start smoking the pot and see what the difference is. Those pill bottles are not going to probably ever get refilled again,
Possibly.
you know. Not unless they run out or can't get their hands on it. I mean, in this day and age with the black market, because you're in states that aren't legal or some crap like that, yeah, you got to keep that stuff in supply, you know. But most of those pills, they knock me on my ass and put me in bed 90% of the day.
I know. I've seen you
Yeah.
on them. I've seen
And then
what
I
you're-
feel medicated for
I've
2-3
seen-
days
and
later.
and I've seen
It's
that
like a painkiller hangover the next day. And you think you can work on that crap? Hell, if they'd let me go back to work or someplace would actually have the smarts to hire me, fuck, I'd be back to work tomorrow for a while, even if it was part-time. But everybody wants the drug test, and then it's
Yeah,
like, fuck you
I
people,
know.
you know?
Well, see, that's the main problem.
They need to legalize it across the board. They need to take it and remove it from the list. Just like I've said before. Joy, you're not being so joyful, are you? Hi, you want attention?
No, she's being ornery.
Ow! I'm not a chew toy! Joy,
No,
I'm not
she
your
is
chew
being
toy.
Ornery a little part. But no, I agree. They should take it completely off of the Schedule 1. It shouldn't even be on any of the
It shouldn't be on any of the schedule.
It's a freaking herb plant.
It's a plant, and it was naturally put on this fucking ground by God, as they say.
Well, you know,
okay,
all these
let's just,
religious
you know,
fanatics out there
But let's just say,
believe
you know,
in God.
they say
Well,
in God we trust, you know, it's like, you know, God made pot, man made beer, who do you fucking trust?
Well, here's the thing, though.
You know, you can,
It's like I
you
said-
can overdose from alcohol, and
Yes,
that's
you can.
legal.
It's like I said before in
And
some
that's
of
a
our
sick sight.
in some of our audios and videos that we did. You know, if you believe in God, then the Bible itself actually states that God placed everything on this earth that man needed to survive.
And pot's like almost like a cure-all. I mean, look, they've got it. It prevents some
It-
cancers. It kills
It
some
kills
cancer
cancers.
cells.
It does kill cancers.
Not all, just some. I'm trying to, you
No,
know.
it's going to turn out that they're going to find out that in
Well,
specific types
It
of doses
relieves
and-
pain.
and everything that
It prevents
will
seizures.
wind up,
Hi,
it will
hi
wind
there,
up
Joy,
killing
Joy.
all cancer.
Timber Joy. Hi, puppy.
You're being a butthead. Now
She
stop
wants to
it.
play. I think she wants to go outside. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Yep.
It's time for
She,
someone to
she
go
wants
out.
to go outside. Somebody let her out, please.
Please.
Joy, you want to go outside?
Go.
Just trying to wait to get through. There you go.
It's not.
That's what it was. Leave it to the
Could've
puppy.
been.
Oh no, that's what it is. That's what she'll do to go outside. She wants your attention that bad. She's
Keep going.
turning me into a chew toy.
Well,
But like I said, they need to do something and do it across the board. You know, and Jeff Sessions,
people are all.
you know, you and your buddy Donald Trump or whatever the fuck you want to call him.
He ain't my buddy.
Not you, I'm talking about Jeff Sessions' buddy.
I have this to say about Donald J. Trump. He is not my president. I did not vote for that son of a bitch. It's a fake administration, fake presidency, and we should have nothing to do with
It's
it.
going to destroy us all. Alright, but now to my point. They're sitting there and they are really putting up a big fight with California right now.
Well,
And I
Jerry
got a
Brown,
feeling-
Jerry Brown, governor of California, has basically told them, "Bring it on."
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, first
Yeah,
Jeff Sessions with
California-
the pot shit.
Well, the thing
They wanted
is,
to crack down over there on the pot and those legal issues.
California has
And
an
now this other
account.
stuff.
They have an account with $1 billion, that's billion with a B, over $1 billion in it to fight this crap. Exactly
I've
what
never
they're-
seen
what's
so
coming up
much
now.
chaos. And I was pretty good in history when I was a kid. Didn't like English so much, but I was pretty good in history class. And I don't recall so much chaos in any presidential history, any other
Let's
former
see, what was
president.
it Rachel Maddow said the other day?
I don't
Was it
recall.
something like 43, 47 people already walked out or got fired from the White House in the first year.
Yeah.
That's a record too. It's
Yeah.
never happened before.
That's a huge
Most
record.
people have walked out or resigned in the last 4 administrations compared to this one.
You knock it
This
off.
one's got more
This
people.
isn't all about you.
Yeah, this administration,
This isn't all
Yes.
about you. Come on.
within its first year, has either fired
Hi.
or had people resign
Hi.
more,
Go
more
find
of them
Where's Mama?
than the last 4 administrations
Mama.
combined. And the funny thing is, you got Republicans in the House and Senate that are going to be resigning and not
don't
running
wanna
again
go.
because they know what's coming.
It's a mess. I've never seen
it
such a
is.
mess.
It's a hot mess.
So
It's gonna
a
get
lot
us
of
killed.
people are saying that Sessions is doing this bullshit with California to try to appease his god, who
Get,
is
yay!
Donald J. Trump.
Those are the family jewels. I'm not a fucking chew toy. Get out of here. Tanya, let her
You're
outside,
comic
please.
relief, you know
Obviously,
that?
she wouldn't go outside for Lisa. And that's what she wants.
You are
She wants
defi-
me or you to let
You're
her out.
definitely comic
She
relief,
wouldn't go
little
for
lady.
She's being finicky about going outside and who lets her out today. That's why she was over here again. I know that dog so well.
Well, you've only had her
She
for
usually
what,
lets
close
me-
to a year
She
now?
usually lets me let her out, but she didn't this time.
She's a good puppy. She's a smart puppy.
She got as far as the patio
She's
door
an
and she
extremely
backed away.
smart puppy.
You know, she hasn't had an accident since she started going out in the yard. Since we got her broken, for the yard. It wasn't always taking her for a walk to go. Not one.
She usually lets me. She won't let me this time.
No, I found some drug facts about marijuana.
And, and speaking of drug facts, that's another thing. You ever see those commercials? You ever
The
see
commercials for the new drugs that they got out.
those like some of
They'll
those?
tell you what the drug will do. They'll tell you, all this about it.
I can't
And then
remember
at the
the
end
names.
of the commercial, it starts listing off all
All the
the
side
effects.
Oh
Some
my
of them are
God!
heart
May
attacks,
cause
some
a
of
heart
them-
attack. May cause a stroke.
May cause
you-
bleeding, excessive bleeding.
Bleeding. May cause
all kinds of
blurry
crap.
vision. May cause headaches.
May cause erectile
migraines.
dysfunction.
Yeah. That would be one you'd worry about. wouldn't you?
Actually, I think it's actually erectile dysfunction because, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the people in the United States are on it because of the fact that we got a fucking orange Cheetolini bastard. Looks like a fucking walking orange. In the brown house, yeah, I call it the brown house because it's full of shit.
Cheeto lives in the
Just
brown
call him
house.
Richard Cranium.
Richard Cranium.
Just see if people get the hint.
Yeah.
Kind of fits.
Oh yeah.
And I really like.
I think
You know what else I'd like to know?
I think Richard Spud's more like it.
I'd like to hear what what's her name's got to say.
What's her name?
I had it on the tip of my tongue earlier.
I hate it when people do that.
The porn
I know.
star.
When they're talking about
Yeah, that
something.
porn star.
You talking about Stormy Daniels?
Yeah,
Daniels?
Stormy Daniels. Well, that name just fucked. That's just a fucked
That's
up
her.
name.
That's her porn
Her
star.
real
I
name
know,
is
but-
Stephanie something.
I know, but it sounds like something off of a movie I watched. One of these, it's not a
Probably a
porn
porn
movie,
movie.
but like one of these things like the Sex O'Clock News or the Groove Tube or one of these old cult classic movies that had a lot of different little skits to it. Or no, maybe
Well, I
it was
guess
off
the
the
Storm
ranch.
Front might
Maybe
be
it was
better.
the weather girl's name on the ranch that they were after.
I don't know. I don't watch The Ranch. I never could get into that.
I did. but then I'm a big fan of the father.
You're a big fan of Kelso?
No, the father.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott.
Mr. Mustache Man himself, Sam Elliott.
Yeah,
he was
but-
also in The Dude.
Yeah, but he's also got
Or,
that distinctive voice
The
too.
Big Lebowski.
He's
Yeah,
also
he
got
does.
a distinctive voice because you can tell when he's doing those truck commercials and stuff, and he's the
Dodge
voice of
truck.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
But this is some bad shit. Those
Oh,
all
yeah.
those different side effects, and then I think about the stuff that you know. I mean, my mom was like a walking medicine cabinet. You know, and my stepfather had to
You want
take
to see a
pills.
walking medicine cabinet? I'll bring her over here.
Man, fuck that shit. You know,
Ibuprofen,
Come here, stick your
Lyrica,
head in here.
cyclobenzapine.
Don't just sit there and commentate. Come here, stick your head in here.
you know what?
Hi.
You need,
Not low front. Come here. You gotta get in front of me.
you need to
Hi.
This is Lisa. She's a walking medicine cabinet.
Yeah, I got back problems,
you need to get over.
but the doctor that I have doesn't believe in putting me on addictive medicine.
No, wait, what? Wait, hold on. Back up. Did you just say what I said? And you take what? That's addictive medicines.
I don't take it hardly that much.
But it doesn't matter. It's still an addictive medicine.
Well, I ain't addicted to me 'cause I don't take it. I hardly take it.
Tylenol with codeine's an addictive medicine. Hell,
Yeah, she
my
thinks-
I don't
stepfather,
take ibuprofen.
my stepfather got addicted to the Tylenol with codeine. He started popping it like
I don't
candy.
handle Tylenol.
And then you know what happened to him? He started getting bleeding ulcers from it because of fucking codeine and shit in the Tylenol.
I
the stuff
take it
in the
when
Tylenol just
I have the
fucking ate
most
away at his
pain I
fucking
can't
stomach
take. I
lining.
take it, but I don't take it. If I took it as much as they wanted
Oh
me
wait,
to take it,
marijuana
I'd be
gonna do
sleeping
that? Is
24
it gonna
hours
give
a
me a
day.
bleeding ulcer? Is it gonna? No. Wait, that's not gonna do that
You
either.
know, actually, if you want to really get technical about it, if you've got,
It's got so many fucking uses. It's unbelievable.
there's also proof showing that it helps alleviate your irritable bowel syndromes.
Yeah.
If you have an upset stomach, you can actually smoke a little marijuana.
Oh yeah, you
It'll
don't get the
actually-
nausea.
It'll actually take your nauseous away.
I wake up like that every day because of the
Crohn's
chemo and the
disease.
radiation.
Crohn's
they give
disease.
me.
It has
I mean, the list goes on and
properties
on and
that
on
kick the
because
shit
they're
out of
actually.
Crohn's disease.
That's because you know why this is coming about is because they finally started letting scientists actually start doing some
Start
research.
studying it. Start
You
working
know,
with it.
and the research that's coming out of this is just unbelievable. I mean,
Well, if you was to actually trace back where the research started and everything, I bet you anything.
yeah, but in the last few years
no,
they've come
listen.
great distance.
Just listen. If you really, truly followed the links back, followed it all back to when or where the research is starting to come out of, it would be countries overseas, or it'd be Canada, or it'd be Mexico.
Oh yeah,
Because
oh,
we're
yeah,
not gonna
definitely.
have
Oh,
any of
most
that
definitely.
because they've already made more
They've
research
did it a long
progress than
time
we
ago.
have.
They've been doing it a long time ago, especially
Yeah.
Canada. Canada started
Canada's
researching
one of
it
the most
long
liberal
before.
countries I know of in our region. And
Yeah, but you got to remember,
We should be
our
like
government's different than they are.
that's because our government is bought and paid for by the
Yeah,
corporate elites.
see,
I know that, but you're
These
comparing
people are
countries.
thinking, yeah, but
Can't
see,
compare countries because our government's
You know what?
fucked up.
Well,
I'd
in
like-
a way, yes,
we should
can.
be more like
You
Canada.
can, but I'm saying
We
our
should be
government's
more
fucked
like
up.
Canada. You know, they have a
Should
strict
be,
policy
yes.
of how you become a citizen there.
I agree with you,
Okay.
but that's not how
They
it
have
is.
wait, from what I understand, and I don't know the facts, and I'm going to do some research on it now that it's brought up. But I heard that it's pretty hard to become a Canadian citizen.
No.
Okay.
In order to
Okay.
become a Canadian citizen, you have to demonstrate to the Canadian
You gotta
government
prove that you.
that you have a skill, set of skills, or can truly contribute to the country.
Right. So see. So all right. Now, we should take some lessons from them in that aspect.
Yeah.
We should also take some
Well, they
lessons
have immigrants
in the way
too.
that they
have people
right,
that are in
but-
there on work visas just as we do.
But see, there's a lot that slipped through the cracks here because there's too many loopholes,
There's a lot of loopholes.
and there shouldn't be. Okay.
And I'll say this.
And the reason for the
I'll say
loopholes
this.
is because we're bought and paid for politicians.
I'll say this. like one of the greats, and I say greats in quotations because he truly is. He is a great talk show host, progressive talk show host. His name is Thom Hartmann. And he says it this way: we do not have an illegal alien problem. We have an illegal employer problem. Because our government goes after the people that come up here looking for these jobs that are given to them by these employers
Sweatshops.
without
Yeah.
even checking backgrounds.
Yeah. How many times have
And
we seen
instead of going after the people that are coming here looking to better themselves, they should be going after the corporations and companies and businesses that are hiring these illegal aliens under the table, hiring these immigrants, these
they do it so that they don't have to pay
Oh, but
taxes.
come on,
migrants
they
or
pay
whatever.
They
Bad.
don't
And
have
they
to pay
need to
taxes
go
on
after
them. They
them.
don't have to pay Social Security on these people.
Yeah.
They can pay them pennies
Well-
on a dollar.
Well, it's very simple. If you would actually arrest those sons of bitches and put them in jail,
Well, that and put the fucking
then
politicians
you would
in
know.
jail.
Then you would see a difference in our country, because then you wouldn't have so many people coming up here looking to get employed because they would know that the jobs weren't there for them.
Well, it's also the politicians
It has
because they let them
nothing
get
to
away
do.
with it.
It has nothing to do with, oh, they're taking the jobs that the American people don't want to do.
Makes
No,
sense.
these corporations
nothing to
just
do
want to
with
get
that.
by cheaply and don't want to pay for the experienced labor. They just want the cheap labor from across the border.
Yeah, because
They
they
don't
can,
have to pay taxes.
because
on
they don't
it.
have,
They don't have to
some
pay
of them
insurance.
don't have
They
to
don't
pay
have to
taxes.
pay this.
They don't have to pay the insurance.
You know, they don't have to register these employees as employees and stuff like this. They just, you
Yeah,
know, pay
kinda
them
like
cash under the table type shit.
Oh, here, let's see.
You know, remember that movie? You ever see that movie? And then this is going back in some history, but you ever see that movie, Born in East LA?
Yes, I have.
All right. Speaking of it,
Cheech Marin.
remember that one scene where they had, I think it was on the Mexico border side or something, or maybe it was just across on the U.S. border where they had all those trucks parked, or all those Mexicans were waiting there by this building for the trucks to pull up and then get in to go work in the fields and so on and so forth. You don't think that shit's not still happening today?
Oh, it is. It is. Border towns have those areas where
You know,
people
you got
are
all these
standing-
illegal,
all these
Mexicans
Hispanics
that somehow
standing
got across
around.
the border. They get up there,
and then
and then these farmers, these American farmers that have
they'll
tobacco
pull up
fields
and say, "I've
or
got
cornfields or
positions
whatever."
for 3 people.
Yep.
I need you, and you
Yeah.
in the back of the truck. The rest of you are gonna have to
and then
wait."
they pay them cash
If you
at
go
the end of the
down,
day,
if you go down south,
and they pay them by what
and
they
you
pick
see,
or harvest, and it's
like
always
if you were to go,
Listen to her.
if you were to go to like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, they're sitting in front looking for jobs, and people come by and they pick them up and
Yeah, and
take them
most generally,
to the
Yeah,
job.
most generally, it's
jobs.
contractor jobs.
You know,
It's builder jobs.
but they're all sitting outside in front of these places
But now-
looking for
but now,
jobs, and then
See-
pick me, you know.
and that's bullshit because see
That's
that's
how
the
they do
government
that.
letting
I've
this
seen
happen.
it.
You know, and the
Yeah.
businesses like Home Depot letting that happen out in front instead of saying
Mhm.
calling the cops on them fuckers, you know? Because
'Cause I've
let's
seen them
say
do it down there.
let's say Mark can no longer drive for a living or something, and he's getting some kind of retirement from where he works or whatever, okay? All right, let's say he wants to make some extra money, okay? Doing odd jobs and stuff like that. Got an ad in the paper, and he goes down to that fucking Home Depot. Well, those people are taking money out of his pocket that he could be doing. You know, yeah, it's taking money out of the contractors and stuff, but you see this everywhere. I see it in ads for just around here in the Watertown, you know, the just a local small town paper here, you know. You see, you know, cheap labor. I can fix this, cheap woodworking. You know, I build decks. I can work on furnaces. I can do this, and they're just looking for odd jobs on the side. You know,
that-
some
that
of them are like
explains a
saying,
lot
"Well,
about
because
you."
I got to do some odd jobs to make some extra income to build, you know, whatever." You know, some of these people are doing it because they're expecting the kid want an add on their house or something like this, and they need the extra money, so they're working, doing that on the side on top of another job, so their pregnant wife doesn't have to
I
work
remember
or
seeing
something.
that when I was down there.
hmm
But you know,
And it's true, and it happens mostly in the southern states.
and it's bullshit.
It is. But here, look at this. I was looking this up too. Here, we got short-term effects on marijuana. Yeah, I know we're still on marijuana in a way, but we just kind of jump
But
back and forth.
marijuana has got so many benefits.
Here's your short-term effects. Some of them. You got altered senses, for example, seeing brighter colors. Altered sense of time, changes in mood, impaired body movement, difficulty with thinking and problem solving, and that's bullshit. That right there, my friend. is
Actually,
bullshit.
you know what?
Impaired memory, hallucinations when taken in high doses,
Well, you know, I've never
Delusions when
hallucinated.
taken in high
I've never had
doses.
delusions.
psychosis. Now that explains a lot about you.
No, fuck off. But you know, the impaired memory thing, I can't even say if that's me smoking or if it's from all the radiation and chemotherapy that I
Or are
went
you
through.
talking about the difficulty with thinking and problem solving?
No, I still don't have a whole lot of problems with that.
Neither do I.
You know, I find myself like if I wanted to go and design our website, I'd sit, you know, like when I just go and do the stuff where I got to sit here and think and do some things and do some research, I find that I can actually concentrate and focus more if I smoked a little bit.
Because it probably
You know.
relaxes you a little bit more.
Well, it sinks in a little bit more, it seems like, when I'm starting to read things, you know.
No.
And I used to have a difficulty in reading, and it wasn't so much that I can't read it, because I can read.
No.
I hate it, but it's
Focusing.
because I don't have the capability to retain what I read.
No.
You know, I have, if I hear it, you know, it's like those piano players that can't read a note of music, but they can play by ear. You know, I can memorize things and stuff like that. If I hear it or see it on the news, I'll remember it better
Yeah.
than reading it. But then if I'm actually sitting there and it's something I'm interested in, yeah, I'm going to remember a lot of it. But I find myself more focused, and see, that's the other thing is you know, those kids with that attention and
I'm
adults,
almost thinking the
those,
fucking
those
Republican.
kids and stuff that
wrote this.
have attention deficit disorder, that's something that could help a lot too, because it'll actually help you focus more.
Oh yeah, now I'm convinced that a fucking Republicard wrote this. Is marijuana a gateway drug?
No.
Listen to this. This is what's in this damn article.
Well, I just answered your
Use
question.
of alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana are likely to come before use of other drugs. Animal studies have shown that early exposure to addictive substance, including THC, may change how the brain responds to other drugs. For example, when rodents are repeatedly exposed to THC, that when they're young, they later show an enhanced response to other addictive substances, such as morphine or nicotine, in the areas of the brain that control reward. And they're more likely to show addiction-like behaviors. That's bullshit. I know that's bullshit.
I was going to say something, because marijuana is not even addictive to begin with.
No, it's not.
You know, I mean,
Alcohol's more addictive than fucking
cigarettes are
marijuana.
more addictive than
Well,
pot.
cigarettes are more addictive than pot because of the chemicals that they put in.
Well, I'm just saying, it's saying.
Well, nicotine is one of the main ones, but
Yeah.
I mean, you
Cigarettes,
got other
alcohol.
chemicals in cigarettes,
Well,
and they are more addictive than marijuana ever will be.
No.
I mean, yeah, you know, and you know why they get this a lot, and
And this is
it's sad.
from National Institute on Drug Abuse. That's where this is, and I have a feeling this is a fucking Republicard.
It doesn't matter.
Site.
They got some people get their facts all wrong. The thing is, you know, when they do things in movies like Cheech and Chong did and so on and so forth, and you see Cheech and Chong sitting there kind of strung out or bummed out, and they're looking for their next score because they're out of weed and they need a joint and stuff like this. You know, that is just a kind of like
but in
comedy.
the movie, you don't see
It's
him
like
looking for other stuff.
Well, yeah,
you don't see him doing major crimes.
Well, no, they did coke
No.
and stuff in the movie a couple of times, but that wasn't it. The thing
Yeah.
with them, it was all about the weed. But the thing
Yeah.
is they made it look like they were craving it all the time, but they were doing it because you know they were funny and it was a way of making fun
Yeah,
of
it's comedy.
potheads.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you know, if you think about this, some of those, if you look at some of those places, like, and they had a few of them back in my cab driving days. I don't want to make fun of it. Well, I'm gonna offend people anyways. What the fuck? I don't give a shit. They're like a yuppie bar, you know. It's like this place where they go and you got I can't remember what they call them. Beatniks.
Oh yeah.
They still have some people that are like
Yeah.
beatniks today. Okay, and they had this place that I can't remember where it was, except that it was kind of on the east side of Madison somewheres, and it was like a cafe, coffee house type thing.
Sit
And-
and drink coffee and talk shit.
Right, but they had a little stage and people would get up and do poetry or,
Oh, yeah.
or little whatever. And the
Yeah.
thing is, I'll bet you 90% of those people, just like back in the 60s and
Smoking.
70s, were fucking stoned.
You know.
This
And they would
institute-
tell you that they get their creative energy from smoking that fucking pot.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. This institute allegedly was formed in 1935. And
Oh, yeah,
did
it
its
was-
studies,
that
and
explains
did
a lot.
its studies. Yeah, it did its studies in around 1972, 1974. It was around the Vietnam War, Korean War era. Whenever our government was actually funding propaganda to try and say, you know, and do shit with the hippies and stuff, and try to make sure and make people that
Or yet use LSD on soldiers.
yeah, stuff like that. So
Agent
Yeah.
Orange.
yeah, this is bullshit. This is a bullshit fucking article, and
More
sorry I
propaganda.
didn't catch it, but I didn't. Sorry I didn't catch it at first, but I did catch it now.
You know, if you want the
There is
facts, the
bullshit
best
here.
places to check some of these facts is just go right to High Times magazine, or go to Normal. I could even put it
You know,
up.
honestly, I'll tell you right now, people like you and people like me. See, in my younger years, I did smoke it and I did do all that crap with it. But back in that time, we didn't have all these.
Yeah,
all
there's
these-
your
these
there's your
edibles
best
and
resource.
we didn't have all this medical use for it. We didn't have all the oils and everything. What we did whenever it came to marijuana, what we did is we went out, we actually harvested the plant, dried it, and smoked it, or we dried it and sold it. You know, and then I'm guilty of that too in my past, but not anymore.
Well,
But you know,
you weren't
and
driving and
if you look at it in this aspect, there's a lot of
smoking it.
kids back in my era when I was growing up. There's a lot of teens that actually did that kind of stuff. You know, I wasn't the only one, definitely.
See, and here, Michigan, it looks like is going to try to. I mean, Michigan's already got it for medical
For
use,
medicinal use.
right? Medical use. They're trying to get it for recreational use now
Yeah.
too.
And there's a lot
See?
of states that are
And
pushing to try and get it for
and they might as
recreational.
well.
And
I mean,
wish them luck on it.
like I said, like we've said, you know, you can die of alcohol poisoning, and it's not a pretty sight. There's not one overdose case of marijuana alone anywhere. You can check the CDC on that. It'll still say 0. You know.
Okay, here you go. Drug facts.
But this is the best
Chat
place
day,
to check your
marijuana
facts.
NIDA for teens. Okay, I just typed in on Google, can you overdose on pot? And then it comes up with this. If you mean, can they overdose and die from marijuana? The answer is no. It's not very likely, but they can experience extreme anxiety, panic attacks, or
Well, yeah.
psychotic reactions.
That's because, you know, everybody reacts a little different thing. But the worst thing it's going to do is probably knock you out and put you to sleep for a while.
knock you out or make you hungry.
Let's see what this
Well,
is.
most good stuff will make you hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, munchies is probably the worst side effect of all, especially if you're already, overweight to begin with.
Let's see. Although impossible to have a toxic overdose of marijuana, it is quite possible to consume more weed than necessary.
Yeah, and then you're
When
gonna
you
get sick.
smoke too much marijuana or eat too much pot-based food, you can manifest symptoms of ataxia, dizziness, sweating, nausea, vomiting,
Yeah, you get
possible crying.
Anxiety. That's from anxiety.
I don't know. I've never gotten that stoned ever in my life.
And sometimes a sense of dying. But don't be concerned. Ingesting too much marijuana is not fatal or injurious to any organs.
No, again, it's something that was put
And
here
then-
on
and then
this
here-
earth
here's
for us
this.
to use to begin
Can you
with.
overdose on marijuana? Yes and no. If you're asking if you can overdose and die from marijuana, the answer is no.
No.
It is not very likely. However, you can experience extreme anxiety, and it goes on with that. So basically,
You're gonna find the same answer everywhere you go.
Yeah,
I've already
and the
looked
only-
for that answer.
The only time you're ever going to be able to overdose on marijuana is
Is
if
if
it's
it's
laced
laced.
with like PCP or cocaine,
Angel
or,
dust or
or angel dust or something like that. Some of the extremely harmful chemical background
yeah, it's
drugs.
you gotta just be careful where you get it from. That's why.
Naturally
That's
grown-
why they need
oh,
to. That's why they need
and
to
another
make
one,
it legal,
another
so that
thing
you
about
can get it from dispensaries, so that it stays safe.
yeah. Well, another thing about marijuana too. Okay, in my years of experimenting and using and selling and everything else, I came across one called skunkweed. Have you ever had skunkweed?
Probably.
It stinks bad. It smells like a dead
Oh,
skunk.
kind of like you.
It smells like a dead skunk.
Kind of
What's
like
that
you.
other one that you used to talk about that you used to get?
Matanuska Thunderfuck.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
When
good.
I was getting it back in mid 80s, late
yeah,
80s,
it was
early
pretty
90s.
famous around the 80s.
It was actually, but this stuff was actually 50th to 60th generation weed. That means that it has been, the buds that were taken and done up and sold out were from a plant that had been spliced out
yeah, I get it.
50
I get
50 different fucking years or 50 different types of plant or whatever. This stuff was very potent. It was we didn't just
It was like
when
knock
we
you on your ass
got
weed.
it, when we got it, we would literally cut it. We had to cut it with an herb.
How did
A
you feel
different
after
herb.
you smoked it?
Well, considering the fact that I lost about 2 hours of my time that I can't figure where it went.
Yeah, it kind of was called stupid weed.
Well,
We called it stupid.
you're saying it was a
That's
strong-
exactly
it's a
what we
strong-
called it.
That's what it said. That's what I said because
This
the name,
stuff,
what
I'm
did
not
it-
shitting
the
you.
name Nakusa Thunderfuck
Matanuska. Matanuska. They come from the
was kind of a
Matanuska
tongue
Valley.
twister.
Yeah.
So potheads started calling it
Stupid weeds.
stupid weed.
Yeah.
But it
It
was
fucked you up.
It was grown
You could
specifically.
you would
in the
literally lose
Matanuska-
time,
It was grown specifically in the Matanuska Valley in Alaska.
and you would literally lose time.
And this stuff
meaning
was so
You'd be so
potent. If you
fucking
didn't
out of
cut
it. You know, you'd be awake. You could be watching TV and stuff like this, and you go look at the clock and you
You want
go,
me to tell you-
"Fuck."
Let me tell
Where
you
the
how
hell
it
did the
works.
last 3
Let me
hours
tell you
go?
how it works. I used to. Okay, I did this stuff. I know how it works. This is how potent this shit was.
Well, that's why I'm asking you. You said it's a strong.
Oh, it's strong.
It's strong. What happened to you?
And see, I wasn't. I
And that's
wasn't
only
one.
like 3 hits. I mean, you didn't need much.
two to 3 hits. Now I wasn't one that used a pipe.
And it'll last
Or
for
a bomb.
fucking hours. No, back then I
I
was
would
smoking
roll
joints.
them. I would roll 'em. And I had some really nice rolls. And I lit one up. Me and about 3 different friends, sitting in my friend's house. We were sitting there watching whatever we were watching. Can't remember by then. But I had gotten some of this Matanuska stuff, and I always kept a little baggie for myself without cutting it. Well, I rolled one up.
You
and
should
this-
look it up in
This
in
had
Google.
to have been. This had to have been
Google,
the 60th
Google is
generation.
strain once.
This particular one had to be a 60th generation that I wound up getting. I rolled it, lit it, toted,
Did you forget
passed.
where you were at?
It came back around to me, toted it again, passed. And it seemed to get slower each time. Came back around to me, toted one more time, and it was we were taking some big hits off this thing. Joint about yay long. Okay, so we cashed it between the three of us. We actually cashed it in about three really good hits each. You know. Last thing I remember is my friend, the last one that hit it, took and did a huge drag and then dropped the bud down onto the ashtray. Next thing I remember,
His lungs were laying on the table.
we're
From coughing so bad.
I am waking up from a complete, total fucking like
Zone out.
drool face, big old puddle of drool on my lap type
Oh,
of
that
thing.
would have been a big
It was
Kodak
fucking,
moment.
it was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. But this shit just like fucking.
That would have been a blackmail picture.
It was like your mind was blown. You
Was that what happened to
it
your
put
mind?
you out. It literally put
It
you
got
out.
blown? Is that
So
why
if
you-
I would have been able to get you some of the
is
stuff
that why-
I was,
Is that why there's a hat on your head all the time? And you just,
if I was able to get you some of the shit that I used to deal and I used to have for myself, you would have done the same thing. Even though you are a chronic smoker like you are,
hey,
to where
don't
you're,
accuse me of something that you
Okay.
don't even know.
I'm not gonna, let me rephrase that. He uses it for medical purposes because of his recovery from
No, I'm a
leukemia.
pothead.
All right, but
I'd fit right in with them
The
guys
way-
from Dazed and
the
Confused.
way that you are with it, okay, you are, you know, you do
Jim
it
Brewer
to
and Chappelle,
you do it to keep down the pain and be able to have an appetite.
and they have a normal life.
Well, another thing too,
I'm
when I
not
woke
in
up,
bed 90% of the day.
now I was out for approximately 2 hours. We determined all this that we were out for approximately 2 hours.
You determined all of this.
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda?
We tried to figure it out.
Are you
but
sure it was 2 hours?
That was more like 2 days.
It was like 2 hours.
2 days.
But I will say this: we had just got done eating before we started smoking that thing, and we were all pretty well full. When we woke up from it,
You're hungry, yeah.
we cashed about three extra large pizzas. I mean, this,
Yeah,
this
that
shit
was a bad
just
problem back then too. Sometimes.
wow, you know. But the thing is, I mean, this stuff really, it just
Yeah, but
you
see,
you
know what?
blinked out. You
You
just
know,
literally
have you
blinked
ever
out. It's
noticed-
like everything went.
you know, here's
It's
something.
like
I
everything
noticed.
shut down.
Here's something I've also noticed. Tell me if you noticed this. Or
But-
if this ever happened to you.
I've never overdosed on it. There's
Okay.
no way of overdosing on it.
Tell me if this has ever happened to you. You ever notice the difference between when you smoke with a couple of buddies and you smoke by yourself? There's a big difference. Did you notice that? It's a lot more fun over here with your buddies.
Yeah, it is.
Boy, I tell you what, I used to have a lot of friends that I'd hang around with, and we used to smoke just for recreational use back when I was in high school and type stuff, shit. Fucking Pizza Pit made a fucking fistful
Killing
of
off, yeah.
every fucking
Yeah.
time we got together and we had some good shit. Man, we'd end up ordering 3 or 4 fucking pizzas and they'd be gone.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a couple hours later, and the problem was, when it got to the point where we had Woody with us,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
we'd end up calling Pizza Pit back a few hours later, but this time it wouldn't be for pizzas, it'd be for their subs.
In my entire life, from where I can remember being a kid all the way up, I have never, until I met Woody, ran into anyone who could literally, and this, okay, we got to tell them about Woody. If we're going to be talking about Woody, we got to tell them about Woody. This man is like a fucking rail. He's skinny. He's about 5'8", 5'9".
More
Roughly.
about
It's like a
5'10",
horse.
5'11", because
Okay.
I'm 6 foot even, and he's not much
He's
shorter than
about
I
my
am.
he's about my height. I'm like 5'8", 5'9". Anyway, he's like a fucking rail.
He's-
And when I first met him,
He's
he
all
looked,
muscle though.
No, yeah, well, yeah, he's muscular.
He's
somewhat.
solid muscle.
Now he's more because of what he does.
Well, he's always been solid muscle.
But no, when I first met him, he looked like a fucking wire. I mean, he looked scrawny. He looked just,
Yeah, but-
wiry.
He wasn't.
All right,
Trust me.
now Now, I'm getting to where I'm going with this, and I know you know where I'm going with this. I have never ran across anyone quite like Woody. Now, when I was younger, man, I could put it away. I could eat an extra large pizza to my fucking self. I could drink a fucking 2 liters of soda with that pizza and put it away.
Yeah, you don't want to invite Woody to a cookout without having half a cow there with you.
Woody!
I'm not kidding.
Oh
Woody,
my
know.
God! Woody,
He likes to eat.
I have seen him literally.
Do you know when we had that cookout?
Holy fucking hell!
That when he had that cookout and we were all over at Woody's house that one day, over there, and he was doing that cookout and he had 2 grills going and all that stuff.
Food, yeah.
Do you realize that the whole time he was over there cooking,
He didn't eat.
He was
he was
eating.
eating.
He was eating while he was
He
cooking.
probably went through like 3 or 4 brats, you know, probably a few burgers. I think he had chicken on that grill too that he was eating. I'm not
and then,
kidding you.
And then, okay, because we went to this, we were invited to this cookout and everything.
And he had like a plate of potato salad, and he's
Well,
like a human
And then
garbage disposal.
I brought 2 different trays of chicken enchiladas that I made.
Can you imagine going grocery shopping with him?
And if I'm not
Oh
mistaken,
hell no!
if I'm not mistaken, he ate like half of one of those.
I've gone to
fucking,
the grocery store with Woody once.
if I'm not mistaken, he ate like half of one of those
What is
fucking
it,
trays
just
of.
Going through the grocery store, throwing everything in
Oh
the
my
cart?
God.
No. He
No,
is actually picky about what he buys,
Oh.
but his grocery bill can run, you know,
$400,
$300-400 every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. Okay, now back to what I was saying about him. Okay, Woody, when I first met him, I mean, I seen this guy eat in one sitting the equivalent of 2.5 of those fucking extra large pizzas. And those extra large pizzas I'm talking about are like the 20-inch motherfuckers. The big fucking pizzas. And fully loaded type ones. Not just, you got your thin crust.
Maybe
and
he's
your
got hollow
this, that, and the
legs.
other. That motherfucker. Oh my God. That man can fucking put it away. And it's all because of his damn metabolism.
He's lucky at his age that he's got a metabolism like that.
I wish I had a fucking metabolism like
Usually
that.
at that age, at his age, your metabolism isn't quite as so good.
Wait, I think I might have it.
You're looking up. There's you.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I got the.
A picture of it?
I think I got the one from the.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. That man is he's just crazy nuts. Cuckoo. Here, bring that one up and ask people, see if people will comment on who they think that is.
Man, I swear there was one here.
I don't know. I don't remember if I've got a picture of Woody on my. I don't think I have a picture of Woody on my phone.
I gotta go all the way back.
Pretty sure.
I know it's before. I think it was before.
Didn't you take pictures at the?
There it is, right there. Here he is.
Yeah, there he is. I was gonna say you
I knew
took
I had
pictures.
one. This was from that cookout.
Can you get it any bigger than that?
I
I don't know
think
if people
so.
can see it very well.
I don't know if they got. I know there was one with like 2 of us sitting there. I thought there was one of me and Woody, and we had our teeth popped out, and it was like a closer, like a more of a close-up picture.
I don't know.
Oh, now we're getting into Vegas.
Yeah, but that man.
Oh, yeah,
there
here it is. That one might be a little better.
Yeah, he's scrawny little, but he's solid muscle. But the funny thing is, when
Joke was
When
we
your
always kept
brother-
him around for entertainment purposes.
your brother decided to come over to my house and want to kick his ass that day.
Oh, I would have
funniest
paid
thing-
to see
The
that.
funniest thing is though, I actually, just with these 2 fingers, I actually had him pinned to the couch with just my fingers.
Who would your money be on?
Woody all the way, man. Woody would have whipped Dwayne's ass so bad.
I know it. That's the bad thing.
But the thing is, though, okay, I'm holding Dwayne back like this, and Woody's on my couch, and all I have is these 2 fingers right in the center of his chest. I've
That's
got
one guy-
his pressure point.
That's one
So
guy I'd hate to
he
get
keeps
hit by.
trying, and as strong as he is, he keeps trying to get up, and he can't move me because I'm on his pressure point. So it's that one little point
I don't think
right
he
in
wanted
the middle.
to-
No,
See, I don't
he
think
was
Woody-
trying. He was trying, but it's
yeah,
that
but
one
at
little
the same
point.
point, I think he was probably more happy about you holding him back than Dwayne was. Because,
But that's the
hard
thing, you know. And
when it comes down to
I
it,
wouldn't want to tangle with him.
when it comes right down to it, I don't think Woody would have really wanted to kick Dwayne's ass. He would have just defended himself and waited for Dwayne to throw the first punch.
Well,
But-
Dwayne's stupid enough to throw the first punch.
That's just it. Dwayne don't know how to.
Dwayne, the only thing Dwayne knows how to do with fighting is fight with his mouth.
But this guy here, he's a real character.
Oh God, yes.
And not only, oh man, but when he cooks though, I mean, you were right though. This guy, he calls, it's just him and his girlfriend. And his girlfriend's this tiny little thing at the time, Tabby. Okay? 2 o'clock, no, it was about midnight. 11, 12 o'clock at night. He's getting home, probably been home for a couple hours from Webby's, Web Crafters.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's like, hey, calls me up on the on my phone while I'm out driving cab because he knows I'm out working and shit. You gotta stop by here. I made too much food, or you gotta come by and try this. I made something that you gotta try, you know. And
He's always experimenting.
this guy is not only a person that can put away the fucking food, but boy, can he fucking cook the food too. I mean, but he cooks for a fucking army.
It's kind of like I was whenever
Yeah,
I
I mean-
barbecue, when I cook out. I
The one time it was like,
I fucking cook for an army.
he took like real French bread.
I got
You know, he
yelled
took like
at
the
times
loaf
for
of, he took like a loaf of French bread, okay, chopped it up, made French toast from it, made homemade hash browns, eggs, guy had sausage, bacon, ham, you know, just about every breakfast food you could think of. He even did pancakes up, I think, that day, or was it could have been waffles even. But this was at night, and he's like calling me, you gotta come by, have you eaten yet? You gotta come by. And then not only would I end up eating dinner there and not end up, Denny's wouldn't get my money that night either because I'd be too fucking full by the time I left there. But I also wouldn't have to fucking smoke anymore the rest of the fucking night either.
Yeah, Woody's good shit, man. Now this guy here, you know, Woody, we're planning on getting him over here sometime
Oh yeah, you'll love him.
and getting him on camera with us.
He wants to if he can ever find the time.
Yep.
He's,
And I think it'd be an interesting.
he's not an alcoholic, he's a workaholic.
No, he used to be.
Yeah, but he's got a lot to say.
He used to be an alcoholic, but I'll tell you what, he's one of the very few that actually realized his mistakes and what he did, and he's laying off of it. He's leaving it alone.
He's a good shit.
Oh yes, he's awesome.
And see,
He'd go out
here's
of
the
his
problem.
way. He'd
Here's
go
the
out of his
problem.
way for a friend.
Here's a problem. Here's a perfect example of something like this. Let's just go back in time, before you probably knew him and before I knew him. Okay? And all that trouble that he got into, what if the system, well, the system did kind of fail him, but let's just say, you know, he was one of these people where, you know, their parents didn't give a shit or nobody gave a shit to try to steer him the right way. Not even friends, they just egged him on more. Where do you think he'd be today?
Jail.
I think he'd probably be in prison today.
You know, and that's the problem with society. Society stopped caring. You get somebody like this, you know, and I mean, Woody's got a great head on his shoulders, the guy's also got a lot of smarts. Very intelligent person. You wouldn't know it by looking at him.
No.
You definitely
he
would
is
not.
very, he
I
is
mean,
very intelligent.
you know, and the thing about him is you know, he paid his debt to society, and now he's
Well,
now
I can
he's
analyze him.
he's turned his whole circle around because he was given a chance, and he had people that
supported him.
that sat there, and it's like that one song, you know, if nobody believed in you. He had people that believed in him. All right? And that's another problem with society, you know, and being morally bankrupt. People stopped believing in other people and stopped caring about other people
Yeah.
and started caring
That's-
more about themselves.
Yeah.
Stop teaching their kids the right values, you know, because they're too busy with their personal lives or their work or their careers, or
Well,
they ain't
that's
got
another
time
problem.
for their fucking
That's another
kids.
problem with our society too, because of the situations. Now you gotta remember this. Okay, this is something that some people who see this will remember, and other people who see this haven't experienced it. But back when you and I were born, our dad could work and pay everything with
Oh,
the
yeah.
job he had. Mom could always stay at home and take care of the kids and raise them and make sure, you know,
No,
be
my mom-
the good housekeeper.
I don't, you know, I remember a lot. My mom didn't have to go
The
to work until
70s.
my parents got divorced.
The 70s is when it all fucking changed.
And then she started being a
Mid
waitress.
70s is when it all changed. That's when inflation hit and wages never went up.
Yeah.
You had the price of goods go up, but the money paid out to the
It's still that
average
way.
worker.
It's still that
Yeah,
way.
it's been that way since the 70s. Is what I'm getting at. So you have to have a two income
Yeah.
household.
And
for
sometimes
a lot
today,
of
and sometimes
times.
today that doesn't even help.
Mm.
Which is bullshit. You know.
No, you know, back in those times, a man that made $20,000 a year, he could support a family of 5.
But then at the same time, then you got this other problem. See, this is where everything's fucked up, and this is why things are so fucked up. Where if I ever got my way and I ever won the lottery or something like that, I'd go and buy me some land and say fuck the world for a while, you know. But here's another problem.
I'd never see him after that.
Here's
He just
another problem.
disappeared.
Just the other problem would be is like, all right, look at this problem. I've lived in some of these low income type places, okay?
Soda? You give me a soda.
All right. And you know most of
Get
these
one out of
people
the car.
are
You
on,
want it? So it should be unlocked.
you know most of these people are on like government benefits and stuff like this, all right? But now let's take a look at something. I've seen some of these apartments that these people have lived in because I live
Yeah, you
where I
live
live.
in low income
Okay.
housing.
And they've got all
This
this
sucked.
they've got all this nice stuff, and they're driving these very fancy fucking cars. And they're getting away with it. Now they're also a problem too, because these people are somehow scamming the system out there, and there's a lot of that going on too. I see it.
Yeah, but a lot of those people that are driving these nice cars that are living in the assisted housing.
Yeah, are drug dealers.
No,
Is that what you
they're
would say?
no, they are in debt up to their fucking eyebrows.
Yeah, but see, that's why.
That's what's-
because they gotta
that's how
have these
they're
fancy
keeping these
cars and
cars.
stuff.
And a lot of them actually lose these cars because they can't pay the payments on them and the bank
Then,
repos
then
them.
there's those that are actually working and just not reporting their income.
True, there are. I mean, there are people like that out there.
You know, I mean,
You know, our society is broken right
Because
now.
there's a
and
lot
it
of-
needs to be
there's
fixed.
a
And
lot
the
of
only
these
way you're going
jobs-
to fix it is to replace the government we have. We
There's-
don't. The main problem in our country, in our society, is the fact that our government, the representatives. Now, the people are supposed to be the government. You look at the Constitution. We, the people,
we haven't been the
Okay.
government in a long
we're
fucking
supposed
time.
to be the government.
Big Pharma's your government.
And we elect people to represent us, and that's the representative of government. And they're so goddamn corrupt because of big pharma and the big industries and everything
Oil.
that we have the best best government money can buy. I've said it many a times.
That's
It is
probably
the
the best way to
absolute,
put it.
it's the absolute best government money can buy. Because
Well, at this point, it's not the best government money can buy
No.
because this government's going to shit in a handbasket
This government
pretty
sucks.
fucking fast.
well, what we're turning into is an oligarchy with a dictatorship.
It's chaos.
If we don't do something, if we don't stand up and do something now, then we're going to wind up
We're going to be
with
standing
a
in line for
dictator.
toilet paper.
We're going to wind up with a dictator, and that dictator is going to be ruled over by the top 2% of this of the people in this nation, the top billionaires and millionaires, the people that can buy the influences that they want and buy their way out of anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this guy, like this guy sitting there trying to buy his way out of the Russian investigation, or trying to silence the porn star from telling the truth about him.
You mean Mr. Wannabe Billionaire?
Oh, and you know what the latest is on her that I heard? And I don't know if it's been proven or not, but somebody said somewhere along the line that she might be pregnant.
Well, if she is, but who's the father?
She's pointing the finger at him.
Well, if that's true, then it would be within the last few months.
You know, well, that's like his wife. You know, she's a bought and paid for KGB wife.
I'm wondering if she's not his handler.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's a fucking spy. I mean, she's Russian for Christ's sake.
No, she's not Russian.
I don't give a shit. She's got some fucking
No,
Soviet
she
ties.
has ties there
See,
because
I just said it. She's
she
got
does
ties.
she does speak the language and everything, but she's not Russian.
Doesn't matter. Close
She's not-
enough.
No, she's Ukrainian, I believe,
Slovenia.
Same difference.
and Ukraine
What?
is part of
Slovenia, I think she's from.
Slovenia.
Doesn't
Well, that's
matter.
also
She's
part.
still a bought
It's
and
also
paid
part
for
of the
Russian bride.
Empire.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that she was one of those mail-ordered brides.
No,
That ain't Putin.
no.
Or
if
Putin
it-
arranged it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Probably arranged
If
for
it all-
first.
if it all came-
What was the other one? Ivanka?
No,
Wasn't it
Ivana
Ivana?
was the first one.
Yeah.
Now Don Jr.
Ivana,
Ivanka
Marla,
was the first one. Ivana is their daughter.
Well,
No.
whatever. It
Ivanka's
doesn't
the
matter.
daughter.
Look it up. Ivanka's the daughter.
Ivanka's the
Ivana
daughter.
was the mother.
Ivana's the mother.
Whatever. But wasn't there
Okay,
one in
second
there
wife was
Donnie
somewhere?
Marla
Jr.
Maples.
He was like,
Donnie Jr.
Marla Maples was the second wife.
Yes.
yeah, she was like
And her
an
name
American
is
or
Tiffany.
something.
Yeah.
Marla
Their daughter's
Maples
name
was
is
like
Tiffany.
from the U.S.
Tiffany
or
And she
something.
has nothing to do
Marla's
with any of
daughter.
the bullshit
But,
that's going
but
on
that
there.
first
Oh,
one,
she's living it
Now,
living it up
Eric.
right now.
hey,
Oh, I'm sure
Tiffany?
she is.
Yeah.
Tiffany's spending the family fortune because
wasn't the
everybody
first
else
one
is in
Russian
so
too or
deep
something?
shit.
Yep.
Yes,
All
Ivana.
right. But
Ivana was
Maples
Russian.
wasn't.
Marla Maples was
Well, I'm
not.
sure she's
Marla
living it
Maples
up. I'm
was
saying
the
she's
fair.
not.
Melania.
She's not involved in the DC
Melania
bullshit.
is the latest one. She's Sylvanian. That's what you said.
Sylvania, I think, something like that.
But
Close enough.
I still believe that she is Trump's handler. That she was introduced to Trump
It
by
was a setup.
Vladimir, and that it was set up, and the thought of running for president was put in his head.
By her.
No, by Putin.
yeah.
Whenever Trump.
But it came
Okay,
through her.
2013. No, in 2013, when Trump invited Vladimir to the
I still like
Miss
it.
America pageant or the Universe pageant or whatever. That's whenever the thought of running for president got put in
You
his
know,
head.
how come that wasn't mentioned? I mean, I was watching the news when that was brought up about him talking about having contacts with Putin in 2013 for the Miss America pageant that
Oh,
was in Russia.
he didn't just have contacts. He sat and had dinner with him and all kinds of things.
But can we go back? Wasn't there a question asked several times during his campaign if he had any ties to Russia? Or if he knew Putin? Oh, I don't know that gentleman. I've never
don't know
met
that
him
man.
in my life. Blah, 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 blah.
No.
Wow. Talk about a major
She was
lie
born
there.
in Novo Mesto,
I mean, I swear to
Slovenia,
God, how come that hasn't been brought up?
and grew up in Sevnica,
Where, you know, he was asked about that and he denied it.
the lower Sava Valley.
I swear he denied it.
No. See, Slovenia and Ukraine and
It's all under Russia's
Czechoslovakia and
control.
all them were part of the USSR, which was basically the Russian Empire. USSR isn't supposed to be in power anymore.
Well, a lot of things aren't supposed to be in power anymore, but they are.
Yeah,
Well,
kind of.
let's go. You think the mafia don't still exist?
Oh, the mafia exists. They just changed their tactics
Oh,
so they can hide a little bit easier.
Let's talk about the Masons. Do you think they don't exist?
Masons exist.
They exist.
Oh, we got proof of that too, because our late president, the last one, Obama, was wearing a Mason ring.
If you actually took and looked at a lot of the presidents that we had prior to Obama, all the way back, a lot of them were Masons.
And that's a scary thought too.
How is that scary?
All those secret fucking societies.
The ones that are really secret are the bone
Skull and crossbones or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one that George H.W. and George W. belonged to. And that one, they've actually got some leaked video from some of their ritual things that they do. And it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, you know what we need to do? They need to get rid of the party system. Get rid of it. Make it totally illegal
Here's
for. All right. Instead of running a campaign and having to cost billions and millions of dollars to run a campaign, so that they have to raise money from all these fuckers and have to do me a favor because I paid money for this to help you to become this.
yeah.
All right. Let's try to put it. See, that's why they need to restructure the whole thing. You know.
Well, that's
That's
another
part of the
problem
thing
we
about
have. It's
that's
money
part
in
of
politics.
and that's part of the reason we don't get people like
Every single one of the campaigns, every single one of the people that are running should not be allowed to have any kind of funds other than public funds.
right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
You know, when they're running their campaigns, and then let's stop with the fucking smearing the other person all the fucking time.
Well, yeah, that's part of politics. That's
Well,
politics.
no, but some of it was fucking lies. We all knew that. I
Most
mean,
of it
Donald
was
Trump
lies.
saying that Obama wasn't born in the U.S. He was born in fucking Hawaii. What is fucking Hawaii?
Oh, that's Kenya, you know.
But that's
part of
coming
Kenya.
from a president who
Bullshit.
doesn't know his
That's part of the
constitution,
fucking
much
United
less his
States. It always has been.
No one has. I'm giving you
But I'm
shit.
just saying, it's shit like that needs to stop.
Well, you
What's
didn't-
that do? Well, think about it. All right, they're supposed to be setting an example. We're
you got
putting all this,
33% of this country that will fucking believe anything that was told to them,
but still, it's still.
and that's a
What
big
is it?
problem.
What is it proven to the kids out there? Oh, you want to prove a point? Let's bully them into or let's start rumors about them that aren't true.
Propagandize it.
You know,
You know what propaganda's? What propagandizing is?
But it's bullshit. They gotta
That's
stop.
repeating a lie over and over and over again until it becomes
the
the
truth.
Fox
Yeah,
News?
it's bullshit.
And that's Fox News. And by the way, it's not FOX News. I denounce that being Fox News. It should be spelled FAUX, which is French for faux, which also means false. And then you can pronounce it Fox News, and it kind of spelled out that way.
Or FUX, Fox.
Well, that wouldn't mean the meaning behind
But-
what I'm saying.
But still, this bullshit
FAUX,
slandering people on public
faux
TV left and right
news.
all the time just because.
That would be fake news. Just like this presidency, it's a fake presidency. Russia and their bots and the Republicans. I'm honestly, I don't know if they work together or if it was just to where with the propagandizing on both sides collided together to create this shitstorm we're in. But we got a fucking Cheetolini in the Brown House.
Yeah, because look how close he was to the fucking Clintons, and then all of a sudden he's starting all this scandal about them.
Well, you gotta
You know,
think
that's
Donald.
bullshit.
Donald is
And
a
then she
narcissist.
did some of the same stuff, back
Yeah.
and forth, back and forth, back and
Donald-
forth, but they weren't talking about the topics. Or
Donald is a narcissist.
doesn't matter.
And a
but
narcissist
every
is
politician's done it
someone-
in history.
A
Well, not
narcissist
in history,
is a
but
person
lately.
where everything has to be about them.
Oh yeah, it's always when it comes to him. If he's not in the fucking news, he makes news to be in the news. He'll
Yeah.
put out the fucking tweets just to get in
Yeah.
the fucking news.
That's why you think he tweets like he does.
You know, something starts, a story starts
do you
getting
think
bigger.
thrives on
A
chaos.
story starts getting bigger than him, though.
That's
He's got to
because
do something to really
he will
piss
do
the public
something-
off,
He'll
just
do
so that he can get in
something
the
to get
fucking
the
news.
spotlight back on him.
Right.
He thrives on
Which is
chaos.
bullshit.
He does thrive on chaos.
Which is bullshit.
But he's a
though.
narcissist.
Exactly.
Everything has to be
He's
about
going to destroy
him.
this fucking
Exactly.
country.
And that's
He's
one
already
thing.
destroyed
okay,
it.
and a narcissist, just plain ordinary narcissist, whether he's a businessman or a regular everyday average Joe on the street, you know, everything has to be about them. But you take someone like Donald Trump, who claims to be a billionaire, who is a narcissist, chauvinistic asshole pig.
Don't forget racist.
He is racist too. Him and his dad were sued by the state of New York for refusing to rent properties to African Americans. Now,
Oh, that would make him look bad with those white supremacists that he's all buddy with that hasn't come out yet either.
I understand, but okay, but you take a person like that, that's got the fucking ego the size of the goddamn Jupiter, okay, plus a narcissist to boot, and you put them in a position that they're in now. That's like putting a fucking narcissist on goddamn steroids.
Yeah.
You didn't just have a regular, ordinary narcissist. Now you got a narcissist that's got power.
Yeah. Now you got guards on his fucking guards on him.
Holy
so
fucking
in
hell!
case he decides to push that fucking button, they're gonna jump him to stop him.
Well, that's what I heard. That
That's what I've
that
heard.
there's 3 generals
3 generals. Yeah, I thought that
that
was 4.
had actually said that if Trump tries to push that nuclear button, they're gonna fucking tackle his ass.
Well, can you blame him?
No, because I don't think we need to have a nuclear catastrophe for this world.
Well, no, because
we
everything's-
haven't quite got to our happy points yet in this in this country. You know, this world has so much more to learn, so much more to give, so much more to achieve.
Well, the thing is, so much has been. When it's got, I hate. You know, war has been just a thing to make money in the. But anyway, you know,
Actually, if you
a
look
lot,
back
a
on
lot of
war,
these conflicts in the past, you know, like they get close to being threatened to war and stuff like that, has always been solved with a little diplomacy. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, somewhat. But
But
if you
when
actually,
we've got a
if
president
you actually
like-
look back on some
When
of
we
the
got a
wars,
hot-headed fuck like Donald Trump, that if you insult him or say anything about him that he doesn't like, he's gonna fire your ass.
well,
You're
here,
fired.
here's something
But
something right now that
Just
I'm
think
gonna.
about it. There's no, you can't get this guy to agree to anything, or there's no way that diplomacy's gonna. They gotta get him out. for
Because
that to
part of
work.
a narcissist is being psychotic.
You know what I'm afraid?
Psychotic.
Here's what I'm
Psychotic.
afraid of.
Yeah.
I heard that somewhere around the line, he got an invitation to meet with the fuckface from North Korea.
Oh,
And
you mean Kim Jong Un? He
Yeah.
was also a narcissist, by the way.
right, all right. Now,
2 narcissists meeting is not
no,
interesting.
right. They're gonna put these 2 fucks in a room together so that they can meet, right? Well, we all know that past presidents, and this was said, have refused to meet with the North Koreans because they've always got an agenda, or they're always trying to waste time.
They do.
Basically, they're doing it to waste time, to stall, so that they can do something else and take your. They kind of take your
Distract.
focus off of what they were doing to begin with, is what they're trying to
They
do.
like to
So now
distract.
they got their focus on their meeting, so that they can quickly finish whatever they're doing before they get caught and do
Yeah.
their test or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, what scares me is you get these 2 fucking narcissist fucks in a room together.
You can say it this way: narcissistic.
Either one of them piss the other one off, and all hell's gonna break loose.
Can you imagine Trump gets mad and calls him Rocket Man?
That's gonna be funny.
I
think they
can
should-
you just imagine the possibilities?
should do it
I
this
don't
way.
think it's gonna go
No,
all
no,
too
no, no.
well.
I think they should do it this
I
way.
think they're going to stop it before it happens.
No, no, no. If this happens, this is my opinion on it. This is how it should go. Now, has anybody seen Thor Ragnarok yet?
No.
See, Thor Ragnarok. You've got the Hulk on one side, you got Thor on the other side. They're supposed to be buddy-buddy.
No.
They get put in an arena together
Oh, I
and give
saw
weapons.
that on like
and given weapons.
a preview, trailer or something.
Let's take Donnie Trump and Kim Jong Un and throw them in an arena that they can't exit from, and throw a couple weapons down to them and tell
like a
them
steel cage from wrestling and
And
lock
tell
them
'em.
in there.
whoever walks
That'd be
out
funny.
Gets both countries.
gets both countries gets to win.
Oh, shit.
What weapons would you throw in there for them? I'd say nothing with ammunition
nothing-
like guns.
No, you'd have to have like knives or
Swords.
Swords.
No
Swords.
chucks.
I wouldn't give them
maybe?
any weapons. I'd let them fist fight it.
No,
Are you kidding me?
that'd take forever. They're
It'd
a
be
couple
fun
of
to
pussies.
see, though.
It would be. But
It'd be fun to
neither
watch.
one
You
would
gotta
be able
give
to
Trump
hurt the
at
other.
least half a chance. You know, you gotta realize the Koreans probably got some kind of martial arts background.
Maybe. But and that's kind of how I see it.
Do it like, what was that? What was the old claymation thing? Oh man, I wish we had the
Celebrity
technology.
death match.
We should do a
You do have-
presidential death match.
You do have a technology. It's sitting in front of you. Just bring up YouTube and look at.
Yeah, but could you
And
just
look
see
at
that?
celebrity death
No,
match.
but if we could create something like that, put the North Korean president and Donald Trump in a celebrity death in claymation, that would be fucking hilarious. You know, I got an idea.
Oh God, you and your ideas. You scare me.
Just an idea.
We'll take the wrestling game that I got for the Xbox, for the Xbox there, the Xbox One, and we'll create a North Korean guy that looks as close as we can get, and then create one that looks like Donald Trump. Name him the same.
See, here you go.
Name
Celebrity
him what they're
death
supposed
match.
to put it.
Beavis and Butthead celebrity death match.
And then put it and then
Madonna versus Michael Jackson celebrity death match.
we gotta record it. We'll record that and put it up on YouTube.
Mhm.
Donald
They said
Trump.
they already fought Beavis and Butthead.
No, we're gonna put Donald Trump versus Kim. What's his name?
Kim
Kim
Jong-un.
Jong Un
Are
or
you?
whatever.
You're looking it up
going
when
on.
I'm looking it up. What
No,
the?
I'm playing
We'll
with
put Kim Jong Un versus Donnie Trump in a WWE
Donald J. Trump.
cage match at Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
Beavis and Butthead. Celebrity death match.
That's funny.
I remember that show, but that's what we need to do. You know, we need a little bit more humor in this fucking world.
Marilyn Manson versus Garth Brooks.
All right, enough.
Oh my god.
We got a show, and you're looking at YouTube.
Well, we're talking about things, and I told you to look it up over there so people can see it up here.
But that's not what we're. I was saying they need to do that with Donald Trump and the North Korean dude, because that would be fucking fun.
Kim Jong Un.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. I agree. It would be.
We should do that. We can record it on the Xbox, get it over onto the computer. And then we'll edit it with our own commentary. Oh, I think that would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
It would be.
All right, now what else are we gonna go on to? Or are we done?
I don't know what else you want to do.
All right, why don't you turn that off for a minute?
I
so
thought
can
we
take
were
a
going to
break.
go to aliens.
Okay, turn it off.
We
We're
can
gonna
do
take a break,
aliens if you
and
want.
we'll do it. We'll pick it up in a minute.